What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to show you an easy way that you can take any exercise. It could be legato, it could be picking, it could be whatever you're working on. You can take any exercise and you can turn it into music. How do you go from, sweating it out, trying to work on the technique, to actually being able to make real music with the exercise? I'm going to show you how in this lesson. So first of all, let me show you the formula for applying an exercise, the one that we're going to go over here today. So to take an exercise, what you want to do is just break it up and then use target notes. I'll explain a little bit more about what those are in a second. And then improvise in between. Okay, so simple three-step formula. Instead of just playing an exercise straight through, the way that it originally was when you learned it, I'll demo all this in a second for you, but instead of just going like from low to high and then back from high to low or whatever, break it up into smaller chunks, throw in target notes underneath and then, or in between, and then improvise a little bit and then go back and forth between these different things. So before we go any further, let me show you what target notes are really quick. So target notes are when you have a chord progression. Let's say it's like E minor, C, B7. Notes that sound good over each of these chords, those are target notes. And then we improvise whatever in between, and then you improvise a little bit more, and then you hit another target note, and it just kind of keeps going like this. Okay, those are what target notes are. So they're usually notes from the chord. So for instance, the key of E minor has the notes E, B, and G. So one of the target notes might be E. You could use the B note. Any one of those notes could be one of the target notes that you play. The chord C has C, E, and G in it. So any one of those notes could be that target note right there. And that's always going to sound good over the chord if you're playing a note that's actually in it. If you play a note that's not in the chord, sometimes it can sound good. You got to know how to use that a little bit, but this is always going to sound pretty good if you're using a note from the chord. So that's what target notes are, and that's what we want to throw in between our exercises. We start to break it up, and then you'll do some of this too that you see right here, just wandering around in between the target notes. So we put all those three things together. That's basically how to apply them. So let's look at what that looks like on the guitar. Okay, so the exercise we're going to use is a simple legato exercise in E minor. So in the pentatonic scale, E minor pentatonic scale, it would just be legato up and legato back down. Right? Really boring exercise. Okay, so there's nothing really that musical about that exercise. It's meant to work on your technique, right? It's not supposed to really sound like a lick. But if we want to take it and we want to use it musically and make it sound interesting and exciting, the first part of our formula was we got to take that and break it up. So instead of just playing all the way through it, break it up. So we could do like this. Alright, so first step, break it up, and you'll see how this all comes together when I play it over the backing track. But that's the first step, break it up. The next step is to look at the notes that are in the chord that we're going to be playing over. We need some target notes. So the chord I'm going to play over is an E minor chord. It's pretty much the whole backing track is just E minor. It's going to keep coming back to E minor over and over. So the notes in E minor are E, B, and G. Okay, E, B, and G. So if I find those notes in this pentatonic scale, it would be like this. E, here's G, here's B. And then I find it again. E, G, B, and then E and G. Okay, so those are all the target notes that I could potentially use at, in between these different chunks of the exercise. So I might go like, or however, it's pretty much the whole pentatonic scale. It's really not that difficult because all the target notes, there's only one note that we can't play from this pentatonic scale, or two notes that aren't target notes. Every other note, so 3 out of the 5 notes are target notes for us. Makes it pretty easy. So let's hear how that would sound over the backing track so far. All right, so that's using the target notes, and the last part of our formula was to just wander around and improvise in the scale too, and just mix that in with our exercise. So we could go. Or whatever. I'm going to keep all the examples really simple so that no matter where you're at, you can apply this idea. Don't be afraid of it, making it really simple and easy, and then making it more complex naturally over time as you get better and better at the simple concept. So let's hear how it would sound to throw that in over the backing track. All right, so that's how to do it. Those are the 3 steps. Break up the exercise into chunks, especially if it's a longer exercise like you're practicing something in a scale. Don't just play all the way through it. Break it up into smaller little chunks. Throw in the target notes in between from the chord. If you don't know the target notes, just use your ears to listen closely to what sounds good over the chord. It might not even be the notes that I was just playing right there. Maybe you wanted to hear this note, which is the 7th over the E minor. Your ears might have picked up on that as being a good target note. So just use your ears more than anything else to find those target notes, and then do a little bit of like just wandering in the scale, improvising a little to fill in the gaps, and keep that simple so that over time it will naturally, it'll come together for you if you keep working with it. All right, I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, consider subscribing to this channel so you get more content just like this to help you with your guitar playing, your lead guitar playing, and becoming the player that you ultimately really want to be. Don't listen to what anyone says about natural potential, natural talent. If you want to become a great guitar player, all it is knowing the right things to do and then doing it. It's just being able to work at it. Starts with having the right direction though. So if you're looking for that, subscribe to this channel so you get more content just like this. I'll see you in the next video.